Hey everybody, and welcome. This is your inaugural Northwest Florida Disc Golf Championship players meeting. So really, we're just going to talk about a few things real quick. We'll post this on YouTube, so if you're watching it there, it'll be on Facebook and linked in our email. So lots of ways to check this out if you get there. But ultimately, we're just going to go over a few things, talk about the course briefly, and then talk about the day of. So first things first, we are well versed in running tournaments amidst a pandemic, and we're still in one. So we do have some asks, just as everything's surging with the Delta variant right now in the state of Florida. So our asks for you are that you spread out. So we're doing this virtual players meeting, so that will solve one of the big things. During check-in, please just keep some space. Try to stay 4 to 6 feet apart from people. No reason to bunch up. We have plenty of time. You're going to walk through the line, grab your stuff, and move on. We also ask that you will wear a mask when you do that. So just ask that you wear a mask while you're up there, get your check-in, walk back to your car or whatever, go practice putting, and then go to the course. On the course, we're going to ask that everybody stay spread out when you're on tee pads. That's really the only section that bunches up on this particular course. Also, if there is a backup, so we've had some backups on hole 8, 10, and 17 in the past. If there's a backup, just keep your space. Don't be bunched up in a tight huddle. It's going to be way hot, so you're not going to want to be bunched up anyways. But please, just for everything so that we can keep doing this, please make sure to spread out. There are some updates to our refund policy. That's going to come in the email that's going to be attached to this video. And those are tied to COVID. So please do look at that. There's a bit of an addendum. Currently, if you refund, you have to have somebody to be there on the waiting list for you. That's changing a bit. So like I said, read the email when it comes out if you're watching this and haven't read the email, and it will go into that in more detail. All right, let's talk about the fun stuff, because that certainly isn't. 8:30 tee time. Tee assignments will be posted on the PDGA website Friday night, probably around 8:30 or 9 once we get everything settled. You do need to check in at Tournament Central, though. So check in by 8:15, just so we know you're there. We don't have to make any adjustments if people don't show up and there's not enough people on a card. So you'll check in. You'll grab your players pack if you're an AM. If you're a pro, we'll just check you off. You go out there, warm up, and then we'll get started at 8:30. Check-in will start around 7, and you got till 8:15. So we got plenty of time there. We will play one round, and then we will take a break for an hour. Everybody can go get lunch. There aren't a lot of lunch options immediately in the vicinity. So there's a Subway, there's a Hungry Howie's, a Taco Bell, a Popeyes. The best thing to do is to download one of those apps and pre-order your food. That way you can make sure you get back in time for the second round. Hour after the final card is turned in, second round will tee off. Second round will follow the same layout as the first, which we'll go over in a minute. At the end of the second round, we will take a short break to collect scores, and then we'll do trophies, and then we'll get out of there. For the weekend, it's going to be hot. Heat index is probably going to be north of 100. We're going to have water on the course, but no matter how much water we bring, it's not going to be enough. Please bring your own water, Gatorades, stay hydrated. You want to start hydrating Thursday night, because if you start hydrating on Saturday morning, you will really be hurting in the second round, and we don't want that. We want you all to have fun. So I know this doesn't sound like fun. We're talking about COVID and dehydration, but there are ways we can keep everybody safe, and that's really what we're talking about here. So please bring lots of water, drink lots of water before, drink lots of water during, and then try and stay cool. The players pack is really awesome. So we have a custom stamped disc. You're going to get a grip 6 belt, a couple of minis. They actually pack. There's a Majet and a Bay County Disc Golf Club mini, and then a sticker. So really cool. Championship belts turned out awesome. Everything about this tournament is going to be great. Also, really exciting, Rick Higbee and Shane Brooks are TDing it. So for the first time, I will not be the TD that you'll be talking to. So if you have questions, hit those guys up. I will be there. I will be helping out as much as possible, but I'm also just playing. So it'd be fun to get that experience there. So really thankful for those guys. Give those guys a shout out when you see them. Make sure you let them know you appreciate them. The more people we have running tournaments, the more we can run high quality tournaments for everybody to come out and experience the monster. Speaking of the monster, talking through the course, so layouts, MPO, MA1, MA40, blue layout. If you are playing FA1, FA2, MA2, MA50, or FPO, you're on the white layout. And then everybody else, so that's Rec, Novice, so MA3, MA4, FA3, FA4, MJ15, and FJ15, all playing the red layout. If you're interested what those layouts look like, we have as of today, I'm recording this on Sunday the 22nd, a new digital caddy book. So you can go to monster@majet.com. That's monster@majet.com, and select the layout, and it has all of the information there. So that's a great way to see kind of which tee pad, which basket, everything else. We're also hoping, fingers crossed, permanent signs go in this week. Bay County is working really hard to try and get those up for us. So really thankful for them, and hopefully we can get those in before this upcoming Saturday. On the course, one big change before I talk about everything else. This is important for everyone. Hole 13 no longer has a Mando. So the Mando has been covered, or it may be taken down by Saturday. And there's now OB around the green. So hole 13 is the one you tee off. There's water to your left. There's a cart path, and the basket's on a hill. So if you played before, you are very familiar with this, I'm sure. It's about 400 feet from red, 540 probably from the blue tee pad, which is the blue and white layout. So now there's OB on the fairway on the left-hand side to tighten that up to the path. There's OB around the green. So we've got that marked. We'll have it sprayed. But just be aware that Mando's no longer in play. There's no more drop zone. If you go OB, then you bring it back to where you went out of bounds and then play that. That's really the only major change since everybody has kind of played this. If you've never played a tournament there are a couple of OBs that are not in our casual league layout that will be there. Namely, hole 1 has OB deep before you get to 8 blue's basket. So 8 blue has OB left of it as well. So something to be aware of. Just look out for that. It is marked. Hole 4 and 6 has an OB line painted between them. That usually doesn't come into play unless you have a really bad drive, turn one over off the tee. So something to be aware of. And then hole 10 has an OB line painted to protect hole 11's tee pad if you're playing to the blue basket. Those are really the major changes. Everything else is pretty much as is. There's a couple of long lines on 14 and 16 as well. So we will be hopefully posting more images of the course and the layout design that we've got done by Dynamic Disc. So huge shout out to them. Also, Dynamic Disc Latitude 64 supported us with the current plastic that we have for this tournament. So it's going to be a really great event. We're really excited to see all of you this upcoming Saturday. We got 90. It's going to be a full day, lots of fun. Drink lots of water. Get there early, warm up, and then if you have any questions, feel free to hit us up on Facebook at Bay County Disc Golf Club, or you can reach out to us at baycountydiscgolfclub@gmail.com and send us your questions there. Otherwise, we will see you guys on Saturday. Thanks, everybody.